Hi, today is Monday the 10th of February and this is time for the weekly recap. And what you are seeing now is the March reg trade. I closed the Feb reg trade last week for a very unsatisfactory level of $475. And so at this point, this trade is quite safe. It would of course benefit if SPX would return more decisively under the tent, and it is time now to simplify the trade because we are getting close to what I usually call the descent phase after 35 DTE, which is also equivalent to the first target date when we get 10%, but of course we are far from that. But this trade is still doing okay. The very end of the sweet spot corresponds to the recent all-time highs, so we can always hope that they will hold and the market will allow the trade to make a few percent. So at this point, what can we do? In terms of the Greeks, they're quite acceptable. We can of course try and lower the delta because when we are far from the tent and we can't really use this little layer to help build delta basically on a regular rhino with just one big tent here. The sweet spot covers a fair amount of ground and delta can build up there. But at this point, even though theta is picking up after 30 DTE, there's too little theta and too little potential for delta, for building delta. This is why on the BTB trade I have actually engaged into a first element of RTT mutation, and here as well it's going to be soon time to simplify the trade because we have 3, 5, 9 strikes, so it's time to actually simplify the trade, maybe with a short condor here to eliminate 2 strikes in one go and basically reducing the upper expression line potential loss by quite a bit. It would not affect the trade too much. We would in fact not lose on theta, which is generally something that can happen when we reduce the trade, but the trade would not be reduced by this out of the short put condor. So this is something that can be envisaged sometime this week. Maybe if the price is okay, I would assume that we would get $2.5. So it's actually not that great, but that's okay. So this is the kind of simplification I would go for, if not today, sometime this week. If we look at now at the B2B trade is of course simpler. It's losing a little bit as well. The upper expiration line sits at minus 800, and at this point, because of the lack of additional resources in terms of additional layers, what we can do now that we have engaged into some RTT mutation is also simplify the trade a little bit. So I will try and reduce the number of strikes over the next few days. Delta is okay because last week I already applied one short condor just to engage again into that RTT mutation. We got a good price for it, and basically it will be going further down that road. So that can be, for instance, going for something like this just to try and get a little bit of credit. I wouldn't go delta positive, but here as well we incidentally also have the sweet spots ending around all-time highs. If the market doesn't really retrace, I would definitely go for this, but it may be better to look for potential retracement, even though retracement would be limited. I do not anticipate the market, even if there's some correction or profit taking at this point, it would probably not go further down. I mean, maybe 3300 and 3290 seem to be strong support, and if you watch the SPX Outlook video, you will see there's a number of support all the way down to 3260. So an outright reversal is very unlikely, at least this coming week. Now, and last, a look on the new April trades. Those ones are doing okay, good entries. So even though they're not really producing that much, they are quite safe. The sweet spot goes all the way to almost to 3400. This trade does not really need an additional layer right away. And as a matter of fact, because it's been placed higher, we must also accept that it doesn't have the same downside cover. It's still quite resilient, up to 56, maybe 50 DT. So it would, if the market would fall sharply, the T plus 0 would not sink too much. So we would be quite okay for probably 4%, but we would then act on 31.75, the lowest shorts, to maybe roll back some of the broken butterflies. The B2B trade is exactly the same. The conditions were good. So as you can see, this is about the same. Now, lastly, we're going to have a quick look at the new baby rhino that I entered on Friday. So it's going to be showing only the closing prices. Right. It's sitting exactly at zero. Again, here we have some alert on the shorts around at 1640, but the Greeks are perfect. We have good theta here. I do not anticipate the market to open sharply down or up or down. So this trade should be probably, with this good amount of theta, should be quite stable for the next day or two. With a bit of luck, this trade will behave okay. And again, if we pass the Monday and the Tuesday, Wednesday, theta starts picking up. So if the trade is in good shape by Tuesday night, generally there's very little to do for the rest of the week. Okay, that's it for now. Not much to say. No planned adjustment today. So I will see you on Slack and we can discuss trades. And as usual, you can also show me your own variants and even other trades, and we can discuss that privately or on the channels. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.